All right, friends, welcome back. Chef Lily here. Today's theme is Banana Bonanza. We're going to be making banana chocolate chip muffins, banana waffles, and a banana smoothie. We're going to start out with our muffins. I have a lot of really dark, funky looking bananas here, guys. They're really, really blackened. These are the sweetest they can get. So I'm going to make a lot of banana muffins for some friends, some banana waffles for me, banana smoothie. All right, just getting my muffin cups down, and we'll go ahead and get started. Here we go. I'm making a double batch of my muffin recipe today, everybody. Okay, let's go ahead and make these muffins first. We're going to make our batter. We're going to make our batter in this bowl here. And the first thing we need to do is get our blackened bananas ready. Oh, they're falling apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we need 8 of them. I'm actually going to set one aside for our waffles, and we'll use 7. That'll be okay. We're making, remember, a double recipe. Oh, they smell really strong, so we're going to peel them all very carefully. Woo! All right, guys. So bananas, the blacker they get, the sweeter they are. They don't need to be quite this black for you to do this recipe. All right, friends. Once you're done peeling your bananas, you're going to get them really, really mushy by smashing them up with a fork. Woo! All right, friends. Here we go. Got my bananas peeled. Woohoo! And a bonanza. I was really happy coming up with that, let me tell you. Okay, oh, we have a giant fork here. Let's go ahead and use that to mash our bananas. I'm gonna mash the bananas up. Okay. Bananas are totally mashed, and we need 2/3 cup of melted butter. And I'm actually going to use this product, you guys. It's called, friends, it's called Ghee. And it's already softened. It's clarified butter. It's already melted. So we're going to double it. So we're going to use 2/3. So I have my 1/3 cup here. So I'm going to measure that out twice. All right. Now that we have our clarified butter in, we need to add some sugar. We're going to do, wipe out our 1/3 cup because we're going to use that again for the sugar. Got my sugar here. Oh, I think I have some already open sugar back here. Let's use that first. Maybe we'll have enough. All right. So 2/3. 2/3. Oh, I think I'm going to have the perfect amount of sugar. Okay, our sugar's all measured out, and so we're going to mix that up. And now we need 2 eggs. As you guys see, I'm doing my wet ingredients in one bowl, and then I'm going to do my dry ingredients in another bowl, and then I'll combine them. That's usually what we do when we make batter. All right, 2 eggs with the wet ingredients. 1, 2. Okay, and then we need 6 tablespoons of buttermilk, which is just shy of half a cup. Buttermilk is tangy and is left over from the process of making butter. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use whole milk, heavy cream, or half and half. That would work just fine. All right, mix that up really good. So that is all of our wet ingredients. Oh, we're going to add vanilla too. Vanilla, yum, I just love vanilla. Come on, it's a brand new bottle and it's difficult to open. All right, there we go. Got the vanilla opened, and we need 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. Smells so good, especially this organic vanilla. Willie Street Co-op donated all of the food for our class today. So we have their awesome ingredients that we're using. All right, we have our vanilla in there. So now we're going to start to measure out the dry ingredients into this bowl over here. So the first thing that we're going to add is going to be 3 cups of flour. Because remember, we're doubling our recipe, friends. So 1, and let's check it out. Is this what we want to put in there? No, that's heaping. We don't want a heaping. We're using a measuring cup for a reason here. We want it nice and level. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now we're going to add our baking soda. Who knows what the baking soda is for? It's our leavening agent. You're right. So it is going to make them rise. If we didn't have our baking soda, we would just have flat muffins. We don't want that. All right, so we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. 1, 2. We're going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to eyeball that, guys. All right. Got our flour. So let's go ahead and stir this up. The baking soda, the salt, and the flour. We're going to add our chocolate chips in there too. We're going to use some milk chocolate chip. You could omit the chocolate chips. That means leave them out if you don't want chocolate in your banana muffins. And if you do that, I would go ahead and add some cinnamon and nutmeg, maybe about a teaspoon of cinnamon and a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg to give them some kind of extra flavor. All right, I'm going to take a drink here. I'm getting thirsty. Oh, it's a hot day. Still baking even though it's hot. All right. So now we have to combine the wet and the dry. So let's go ahead and pour the wet into the dry. Then we're going to go ahead and mix it up with our whisk. We want to thoroughly mix our batter, friends, but we don't want to over mix it because then we'll have tough muffins. And that is from the leavening agent getting overworked. So just remember when you're making batters to just combine the ingredients, but not over mix your batter. There's always going to be some lumps. Okay, looking good. And let's see, let's find our spatula. Here's our spatula. This is a rubber spatula. We're going to use this tool to make sure that all of the flour is off the bottom of the bowl and also to get all of the batter out of our whisk. All right, let's set our whisk aside. We'll use that for our waffle batter in a couple minutes. Oh, this muffin batter looks awesome. So here we go, guys. Friends, let's go ahead and scoop these muffins. This will take a couple minutes here. Okay. Uno, dos, tres. Ah! Ice cream scoop is a really good tool for this. Cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12. All right, that's 1 dozen. So let's do it again. Let's see if we can keep counting them in Spanish. See if I remember my Spanish. Oh, it was so hot, so hot. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And friends, it looks like we're out of batter and we don't have enough for that last one, but check this out. This is where our spatula really comes in handy because because you can scrape your bowl and get every last bit. And I tell you, it's enough for a whole last muffin. Make sure you have one of these rubber spatulas. They're a handy dandy tool. All right, last one. See that? It was enough for a whole last muffin and enough to top the skippy ones off. All right, there we go. Muffins looking good. Whew. All right. Wash my hands here, friends, and get some of these items soaking. Let's go ahead and put our muffins in a 350-degree oven for 18 minutes. And while they cook, we're going to make waffles. I love waffles, but you could also use this batter for pancake batter if you don't have a waffle maker at home. That's just fine. Not everybody has one. But we can usually all make pancakes, right? Okay, let's go ahead and clean off our counter. We always have to clean as we go, remember? Okay. So our waffle batter isn't going to be that different than our pancake batter, in that we're going to use some flour, a leavening agent, and some salt for our dry, and then we'll use some eggs and some buttermilk and some sugar and some butter in our wet, and then we'll combine them. Oh, I better set this timer. I forgot about that. We don't want to burn the muffins, and I'm going to set them to 16 minutes to start, just in case. And then we'll check them every few minutes from there on out. All right, so for our waffles, let's go ahead and get a couple bowls. And actually, we're just going to use one bowl for our waffles instead of two bowls. And so we'll go ahead and mash our blackened banana in that same banana mashing bowl that we used for our previous recipe. Okay, our last blackened banana here. Woo, gushy mushy. Mush that guy up. All right, so we're not going to double our waffle batter recipe. We're just doing one single batch, and that's going to make, maybe 4 to 6 waffles. It's really going to depend on the size of your waffle maker. So let's go ahead and start to measure some of our other ingredients. We're going to measure out 2 cups of flour, 1, 2, we're going to measure out 3 tablespoons of our sugar, 1, 2, 3, let's see. This time we're baking powder instead of baking soda. Different chemicals, both leavening agents, and they'll both help our recipes to rise. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1, 2, a little bit of salt, we're going to use some cinnamon in this recipe. Cinnamon smells so good here. We're going to use a teaspoon of cinnamon. We want to have it Very flavorful, full of cinnamon. Okay, and we need some nutmeg. Nutmeg can be really overpowering if you use too much. So be careful to not overdo it and measure the nutmeg correctly. All right, so those are our dry ingredients, okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll mix those up. Grab our whisk. Use that again. Mix up those dry ingredients. And now let's finish up the wet, you guys. All right, so we're going to use 2 eggs. 1, 2. We're going to use a lot of buttermilk in this recipe. This batter is a little bit more runny than our other batter. We're going to use 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk. So here's 1. Okay. And now we need some butter again, and we're going to use our ghee. We need 4 tablespoons of that, and that is 1/4 cup. Okay, that looks great. Let's go ahead and use some vanilla again too. Teaspoon of vanilla. I have to smell the vanilla every time, especially this Frontier brand that I got from the Holy Street Co-op. Smells so good. Alrighty, let's mix up our wet ingredients to combine with our dry ingredients to make a batter. Eggs all beat up. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dump away. I need to let this batter sit for just about 5 minutes so that we can let the leavening agent kind of work its magic. And while that happens, I'm just going to go ahead and organize my ingredients off to the side and see if I can get my waffle iron in the picture here. I might be out of the camera for just a minute, friends, but I'll be back. Okay, this looks great. Let's see, we'll get our smoothie ingredients front and center since we're going to make a smoothie shortly. Licuado en español. In Mexico, I used to have many banana smoothies as a kid. So that's where I got the idea. But we're going to add a little bit of peanut butter to ours today for some extra protein. Do something a little bit different. Alrighty, let's see what we can do with our waffle iron. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of this ghee on our waffle iron. You could use some cooking spray if you have that at home. That would work really good. We just want to oil our waffle iron slightly so that our waffles don't stick. And so that they have a nice golden exterior, right? Just using a paper towel to smear or spread that ghee onto the iron. Okay, and let's get our ice cream scoop. That'll be a really great tool again. And our rubber spatula to make sure that the bottom of the bowl is thoroughly mixed. Take our whisk out. Okay. And I'm just going to make 1 waffle here. But like I said, this should be enough batter breakfast for your family. depending on how large your family is, but this will make multiple waffles. All right, oh, that's the sound we want to hear. Sizzle, that's gonna prevent the waffles from sticking also. You always want to preheat first. Okay, I think this would make about 4 of these size waffles, guys. And don't overfill it, because then you'll have a big mess. You'll be cleaning forever. All right, let's let our waffles cook for a little bit while we go ahead and make our banana smoothie. I'm getting very thirsty. Go ahead and start to put in our ingredients. And I'm going to use frozen bananas for this. I went ahead and I took our blackened bananas and I peeled 4 of them and I put them on a cookie sheet tray and I froze them. And that makes them so they're just a really cold temperature so they don't make your smoothie warm when you use room temperature bananas. They keep it cold. These cold ones do. So go ahead and use those. If you don't remember to freeze them ahead of time, you can just use regular bananas. And if you don't have the blackened bananas, you can use yellow bananas for this too. All right, we're going to use, oh, let's get my blender on its base. Oh, my waffle smells really good. And we're going to add some peanut butter. Some honey. Not too much. I don't want this to be too sweet. A little bit of cinnamon. A little bit of vanilla. Yogurt. I'm using vanilla yogurt, but plain yogurt would even work for this. You just add a little bit more honey. Oops, Daisy, I spilled a little yogurt. That's okay. Our waffle is almost ready, friends. All right, ice. And it looks like I forgot the milk. That's all right. We're going to just use a touch of water. We just need enough to kind of make the blender spin. I like a nice and thick smoothie. All righty, I'm going to check our waffle real quick. The waffle will naturally release once it's ready. And it looks like that's happening. So we know our waffle is ready. It looks so good. I'm going to take it out while we make our smoothie. Show it to you real quick. Oh. Ta-da! We did great! And I would eat this with some butter and some maple syrup and some fresh bananas on the top. Set that over here. And I'm going to go ahead and make the smoothie. The smoothie looks nice and thick. You could eat this with a spoon like a milkshake. I really love the peanut butter in here. All right, so our muffins are not quite done, but I'm going to take them out of the oven and show them to you. You only need a couple minutes longer. This is what they look like. They look awesome. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in for our Banana Bonanza. See you next time.